नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। उमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर् गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत्। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge which can be very joyfully performed, and the everlasting knowledge, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and now we are going to start the 13th chapter today. That is, that Krishna is about the Prakriti, Purusha, everything we are going to understand very clearly today. From this chapter, in the 13th chapter, Arjuna is going to ask question again. So, in this entire Bhagavad Gita, based on what Krishna is teaching, Arjuna is asking the questions. So, because many terms which we have never heard also in the past, which we can understand from Bhagavad Gita, like a lot of definitions for specific words, specific terms, which we can understand, because Arjuna is asking very clearly about such questions. For example, in the 8th chapter, the very first 2 slokas, Arjuna asked the question based on what Krishna said in the 7th chapter. So Krishna told Arjuna that Krishna said that Esam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmuktaha bhajante mam dhrita vrataha. So for whom their papa, the sins are done completely. They have not done any more sins. They don't have any more sinful reactions. Esam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmuktaha. So those people, those janas who have done only pious activities, punya karmanam. So in order to get liberation from the dualities in this material world, te dvandva moha nirmuktaha, bhajante mam dhrita vrataha. So they worship me. They render devotional service unto me with great determination. Then Krishna told Arjuna that Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yadantiye te brahma tadviduh kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. So Krishna said that Jara marana mokshaya, to get liberation from Jara, and marana, that is old age and death. Because that is only in this well. So what does that mean? So that means if we go and take birth in Krishna's well in Goloka, we are never going to get old. Because in order to get liberation from Jara, there is a old age. So there we are going to get a permanent blissful life, but we will never ever get old. And also Marana. Marana is the death. So in order to get liberation from Jara and Marana, old age and death, Mama Shitte Yadanti. So they take shelter unto me and then they put endeavors. So they do everything under taking shelter unto me. That's what Krishna says there. Mama Shitte Yadanti. And they know. Te Brahma Tad Vidugu. They Vidugu means they know. They know what is Brahma, who is Brahma. Te Brahma Tad Vidugu Krishnam. So they understand fully, completely about Brahma. Adhyatmam Karmacha Akilam. So they also know what is Adhyatma, what is Karma. Sadi Bhutadi Devam Sadi Yajnam Chaye Viduhu Prayana Kale Pichama Te Viduhu Yukta Chetasaga. So they know what is Adibhuta, what is Adideva, Sadi Bhuta Adidevama. And they also know what is Adiyajna, Adibhuta, Adideva, Adiyajna. So Prayana Kale Chamante Vidugu Yukta Chetasagam. So they know me at the time of death. Prayana Kale. At the time of death, they will know me. That's what Krishna says. For that, we need to take shelter unto Krishna, Mama Ashitya. We need to surrender unto Krishna. So we need to do everything for Krishna. So then we will know everything. We know what is Brahman, what is Adhyatma, so what is Adideva, Adibhuta, and what is Karma. So everything. So Te Brahma Tadvidugu Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chagilam. Then Adideva, Adiyajna, Adibhuta, all such things we will know. So that's why Arjuna asked the question in the 8th chapter, the very first 2 slokas. Arjuna Vacha, Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatma, Kim Karma, Purushottama, Adidevam, Kim Proktam, Adiyajnagam, Kadamuchya, Kim Tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatma, Kim Karma, Purushottama. Adibhutam cha Kim Proktam, Adidevam, Kim Uchyate. Adiyajnaka Katham Kotra, Degesmin, Purushottama, Degesmin. So that's what Arjuna is asking. So Katham Chaiva Degesmin. So how Adiyajna? Adiyajna is how is there in the body. Prayana Kale cha Katham Nyayosi Niyatatmani. So Prayana Kale, at the time of death, how to know you? So that's what Arjuna is asking. So that way, based on all the terms which Krishna used, Arjuna is asking what are they? Then Krishna is explaining in the entire 8th chapter, especially Krishna is spending most of the slokas to explain in detail about how to know him at the time of death. Prayana Kale cha Katham Nyayosi Niyatatma Bhi. It's a very important question. Like that, Arjuna is asking so many questions. And even without asking also, Krishna is giving a lot of answers for terms like yoga, yukta, and all such things. So Arjuna didn't ask what is yoga. Arjuna didn't ask what is yukta. But Krishna is teaching. Krishna is teaching very clearly what is yoga. Yoga means not affected by the results, being equal in both success and failure. That is what is called yoga. Yukta means being able to withdraw our thoughts from the sense objects and keep them under the control of ourself and then engage in devotional service. So that's what is called yukta. So that means connected with Krishna. So we need to understand very clearly what is yukta. So if we are able to perform every activities in connection with Krishna, So that means if we do everything for Krishna, so that is called yukta. So then yogo bhavati dukkha. So that is what is called yoga. See, the yoga is with yukta. So yukta vigarasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So that yoga, so yoga means that is being equal in both success and failure. So yukta means doing everything in a regulated way. So that means if we are not attached to the results, so that means if we are able to be equal in both success and failure, so then we can do everything in a regulated way. All our activities, everything should be regulated. That is possible only when we are not affected by the results, when we are not focusing our mind on the results, when we are focusing only on Krishna. So then only it is possible. We can do everything in a very regulated way. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is teaching us, Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita, how to regulate, how to control our mind, how to regulate all our activities, day-to-day activities, how to surrender unto Krishna, how to do everything for Krishna. So like that, everything Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly. We just have to follow what our forefathers, the devotees who did. Evam nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhi. That's what Krishna says. By understanding this Bhagavad Gita, by knowing that nothing binds Krishna, by knowing that nothing affects Krishna, by knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Evam nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhi. So in the past, many have achieved liberation. Kuru karma iva tasmatvam purvaiki purvataram kritam. That's it. You just perform exactly how they did in the past. So like that, you do it. That's what Krishna is teaching. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to really find out how to do what to do. Everything is already there. They have set examples for us. We just have to understand. Even Krishna is giving Janaka as an example. Father of Lord, Sita, goddess Sita. So Janakadaya. So Krishna is giving us an example, like he did a true karma yoga. So that way we need to understand there are in the past so many devotees, so many jnanis, munis, they have followed this path and they have already reached Goloka. Idam jnanam upasitya mamasa dharmyam agata. That's what Krishna says. So if you take shelter into this knowledge, then you will come to me. But Krishna is saying that Paramboyaga pravakshami jnananam jnanam uttamam yajnatvam munayaga sarve param siddhi mitogata. So I'm explaining you the knowledge which is the topmost knowledge of all knowledge. Jnananam jnanam uttamam yajnatva munayaga sarve param siddhi mitogata. By knowing this, all the munis, all the sages, so they have achieved the supreme destination, param gati. So by knowing this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to go to Goloka by understanding. So that way, we don't have to really struggle. Everything is very easy. And there too, in this today's world with modern technology, everything is very easy. We just have to study Bhagavad Gita the way Krishna is teaching us. And unfortunately, these days, even people go and study Bhagavad Gita based on what the artificial intelligence, AI tools are telling. That is a big nonsense. We need to understand. In Bhagavad Gita, we need to understand exactly what Krishna, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, is teaching. If the AI tool is teaching Bhagavad Gita, then it should say that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we can accept it. That's what we need to understand. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's it. Krishna is everything. At the time of death, we should be able to focus our mind on Krishna. That should be the purpose of our life. What all we do, final thing is that when death comes, whether we are able to remember Krishna or not, that's what is very important. Nothing else is important to us. Death is going to come. That is everyone knows that death is going to come. Nobody can stop that. It's going to come. It can come in by any means. And only by Krishna's causeless mercy, if we focus our mind on Krishna, if we chant Hare Krishna, if we render devotional service to Krishna all the time, so then only that death also can come in a nicer way where we can simply focus our mind on Krishna. That's what we need to understand. So, prayana kale manasachalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva bhruor madhye pranamavesya samyak satam param purusham upaiti divyam. That's what Krishna says. So at the time of death, prayana kale, our minds should not be disturbed at all. Manasa achalena. That means our mind should not be disturbed now. We need to practice that. That's why it's very, very important to control our mind, to make our mind as our best friend, to make sure our mind is not disturbed at any point of time. That practice is very much needed now, so that at the time of death, we can keep our mind very, 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 very peaceful. Prayana kale manasa achalena. Bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva. So, bhaktya yukto yoga balam. So that yoga balam, that strength, like yoga balam means, I just said what is yoga a few minutes ago. Yoga means being equal in success and failure. That means not getting attached to the results. So with that yoga balam and how that is possible, that yoga balam, how we can gain that, that is possible only when we are acting for Krishna, when we are rendering devotional service. Then only that is possible. Then only we can get yoga balam. That's what bhaktya yukto yoga balam. So yoga balam comes with bhaktya yukto. Bhaktya yukto is a very, very important word we need to understand. So that is rendering, that is engaged in Krishna's service. Bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva. Bhruvor madhye pranamavesya samyak satam param purusham upaiti divya. So, Bhruvor madhye pranamavesya samyak satam param purusham upaiti divyam. So, if we are able to bring our life here between the two eyebrows by focusing our mind only on Krishna, our mind not disturbed at all, so then we will be able to go to Goloka. Purusham upaiti divyam. Satam param purusham upaiti divyam. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us how to die, how to focus our mind on Krishna. So that means we need to remember Krishna all the time. We should not give up at any point of time. We should focus our mind only on Krishna all the time. And there are so many ways we can remember Krishna. In this material world, there are so many ways people are forgetting Krishna. But also we have so many ways to remember Krishna also. Otherwise, this world will just carry us away. Everywhere people are after material sense objects. Everywhere Maya is very strong, very powerful. So we have to make sure our focus is only on Krishna. And by Krishna's causeless mercy, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we do everything for Krishna, so this is becoming very, very easy and very much possible for us. And we are able to make progress. So that's why we have successfully finished 12 chapters. Now we are going to start the 13th chapter, which we already finished once completely. In fact, I finished so many times because started this many decades ago. But in Zoom, we have finished everything successfully once already. And the second time now we finished 12 verses, 12 chapters. So by Krishna's causeless mercy now, we are studying in the 12th chapter, sloka number 18 and 19. Krishna is teaching us that Samaga satrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayo shitoshna sukha dukkeshu samaha sanka vivarjitaga tulya ninda suthir mauni santusto yena kenachit Aniketaga Stiramati Bhaktiman Yasame Bhaktiman me Priyo Naraga. That's what Krishna says. So Samaga Satraucha Mitrecha. So being equal to both friend and enemy, and similarly being equal in both honor and dishonor, and being Sitosna Sukha Dukkeshu Samaham. So being equal in both happiness and distress and heat and cold, and free from the attachment, Sangha Vivarjitaga, and being equal in both praise and blame, Tulya Ninda Suti, and just keeping silent, Mauni, Santusto, Yena Kainachit. So being satisfied with whatever we have, Aniketaga, not caring for residence, Stiramati, with steady intelligence. So such a devotee of mine is very, very dear to me among the humans. That's what Krishna says. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is occupies in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Then in the next sloka, last sloka, what we studied yesterday, in this sloka number 20, in the 12th chapter, ये तु धर्मामृतम् इदम् यथोक्तम् पर्युपासते श्रद्धादाना मत्परमा भक्तास्ते अतीव मे प्रिया. So, ये तु धर्मामृतम् इदम् यथोक्तम् पर्युपासते. So this dharmamritam, this nectar of religion, this dharmamritam, so whatever said in this Bhagavad Gita, Yathoktam, whatever said in this Dharmamritam, anyone who is able to follow it, so anyone who is practicing it, so Paripasate, with faith and keeping me as the destination, Matparama, taking me as the Supreme Lord, considering me. So Bhaktaste Ativa Me Priya, of the devotees, they are very, very dear to me. So that's what Krishna says. Such Bhaktas are very, very dear to me. Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith. That's why those who follow Bhagavad Gita. That's what Dharmamritam Idam Yathoktam Paripasade. That's what every day we are repeating. Every day we are emphasizing that we just have to follow what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So every day we are studying Bhagavad Gita. So that means this Dharmamritam, we are listening to this Dharmamritam. So we are understanding what is said in this Bhagavad Gita, Yathoktam, and we are able to practice what Krishna is asking us to do in this Bhagavad Gita, Paripasade. So with faith, of course, we have complete faith on this Bhagavad Gita, and we consider Krishna as the supreme person, we have no doubt. And Krishna is saying that, Bhaktaste Ativa Me Priyaga. So that means we are Krishna's devotees, and we satisfy all these things, and that means we are very, 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 very dear to Krishna. How nice it is to know about this directly from Krishna. So Krishna says that we are very, very dear to him. So now in the next sloka, sloka number 1 in the first sloka in the 18th chapter, nature, enjoyer and the consciousness. Arjuna said. So what Arjuna is saying that Arjuna uvacha prakritim purusham chaiva kshetram kshetrajnam evacha etat veditum ichchami jnanam jneyam cha keshava. Shri Bhagavan uvacha idam sariram kaunteya Kshetramitya vidiyate etatyo veti tam prahu kshetrajnayate tadvidaka. Arjuna said, Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyaya, all these things I want to understand. I want to know. Veditum ichchami. Ichchami means I desire. Veditum, to know. I want to know. So that's what Kesava, please tell me what they are. And immediately Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Krishna is immediately answering that. Idam sariram kaunteya. Kshetramiti abhidiyate. O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, this Sarira, this body is called as Kshetra. And anyone who knows this body, etat yo veti tam prahu kshetrajna iti tatvidaga. So that means the soul is called kshetrajna. The knower of the body is known as kshetrajna. So that's what Krishna is saying. Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, the field, and the knower of the field, and of knowledge, and the object of knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field." By Krishna's causeless mercy, we finished 2 slokas today in the 13th chapter. And now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namni. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namni. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gauram Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. SK Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for the nice lecture. And I understand in this lecture we will understand the complete knowledge about the Kshetragya and knower and everything. So,
Yes, Prabhu.
yes, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. Vishnu Vardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. And now we are gone to the 13th chapter. We'll understand all about the Prakriti. Yes, Guruji, it's very interesting because though we have done it before, but I think that brushing over our minds is very important again and again, just like chanting. So it's bringing us so much closer to Krishna. Thank you for all your efforts, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Palaniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the starting itself is really very good. The 13th chapter, that yoga and yukta really help us in reaching the Goloka, and by that the very important thing that the old age and death both are totally taken care of.
Let's
by
come.
Krishna.
Like Krishna.
That is a very interesting thing to hear in the start itself. That is a very, very interesting thing. And even the complete chapter itself is going to explain, as per Arjuna, all our requirement of what is really our body, mostly. Most of the things we will be knowing. That is a very interesting thing, which doctors only know, but the normal people, normally they don't understand. It's a very interesting thing which we are going to learn.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class, Guruji. It's good to start a new chapter, and I think like Brinda Mataji said, that we'll be learning about Prakriti and nature and nurture aspects. So that should be also more interesting now with the discussion.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, thank you very much for the class. Thank you for giving the introduction, also very exciting to learn about
Yes.
what is coming up. And also to define again and again what is yoga and yukta, about the union and, keeping our mind, calm in face of anything, happiness and distress. Thank you, Guruji, and not being bothered about the results.
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you for the class, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bon Nandi sir, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Guruji.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It's a wonderful session, and this chapter is basically the very important chapter. It explains what is Gyan and what is Agyan. De or Dehi, Kshetra Kshetragya. So two things are to be understood. That's all. Then if one is clear about it, then rest of the things are coming automatically. So it's very nice to be in Krishna consciousness, Guruji, with your great endeavors. So nice of you. Thankful to you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mohan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
We have successfully completed 12th chapter and started now 13th chapter. The sloga itself is very important sloga, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Mercy of Krishna, I could attend today's Bhagavad Gita class. Bhagavad Gita, which is very joyfully performed, everlasting knowledge. And in the series of Bhagavad Gita chapters, we have come to the 13th chapter, where Arjuna asked many questions to Krishna, and Krishna answers all of them. For those, everything he explains. Only for those, Krishna says, only for those who don't commit any sins, only pious activities they commit, they are getting liberated from duality by rendering devotional service unto me. Krishna says, those people get liberated from old age as well as death. That means they are not getting old, no death. They take shelter unto me. They know about Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma. They know Adi Bhuta, Adi Yajna, Adi Daiva. They know me at the time of death. That means we have to surrender unto Krishna to get that. Krishna explains everything to Arjuna's questions. What is yoga? What is yukta? Yukta means withdrawing from sense objects, activities, and keeping control of the mind and connecting with Krishna always. Doing all in a regulated way, possible only when we get unattached with results and focus only on Krishna. Everything Krishna teaches very clearly. Krishna says, many achieved liberation in the past and reached supreme destination. You also follow that path. For example, Janaka Raja. This is topmost knowledge. All rishis by this knowledge achieved permanent destination. We need to know Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. At the time of death, we have to remember Krishna, which is possible by practice. At that time, at the Prayana Kale, we should have steady mind. We get that by practice. We achieve Yoga Balam, that is that which we get by Bhakti and engaged in Krishna service. By focusing only our mind on Krishna undisturbed all the time. There are so many ways to remember Krishna always. By the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can get it. And yesterday's sloka, 12th chapter, 20th sloka, Krishna is telling those who follow this and respect this nectar of religion with faith and keeping me as a supreme Lord. Such a devotee is very, very extremely dearer to me. And today's starting sloka, 13th chapter, Arjuna is asking Krishna about, I want to know about nature, Prakriti, Purusha, enjoyer, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, everything I want to know. And Krishna, the Bhagavan says, oh Arjuna, this body is Kshetra, called Kshetra, and who knows completely about this body? That is Kshetrajna, that is soul. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.